Is everybody gone?
Yeah, but they'll come back. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God, I feel sorry, guys. That was my screw up.
I left with Emily.
I got so carried away. I just said end meeting for everybody, and that was like totally on me. Sorry.
Oh, no. We're back. We're back.
All right. Well, good. Sorry, guys.
Hey, sorry.
It's like screwed it up. Y'all don't need me around anymore.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, Snake, how you doing?
hanging in there.
Good.
Good. No, you haven't been tumbling down any stairs or anything, have you?
Oh, please not again. Nope.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear is falling.
Yeah.
Did you take a tumble down the stairs?
Not down the stairs.
Okay.
But I tumbled and broke my hip, my shoulder, and collarbone.
Oh, God.
And I had surgery in the hip with the three screws.
How's the collarbone? Did that heal?
It's still kind of sore. But yeah, I didn't do myself any good.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, I was in the hospital in rehab all of January.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so how are you doing, Dave?
Doing it right here. Can't complain. And I went with Karen to a doctor's appointment today, and of course, that's what they ask us now these days, right? Have you fallen in the last 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a sleep study last night where they put this. Did it at home. I had to put this thing on my finger. It was like a watch with a wire, and then a thing on my heart.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I have sleep apnea.
Oh,
I
interesting.
can't figure out how they do that like that at long distance. I mean, when I've gone in for my sleep studies, I mean, I've got Boku wires, top to bottom.
They told me this was John Hopkins. They just said that I'd bring this big watch was the recording device, and that's how they tell what I was doing. And they said that the thing over my heart, because it had to be pointing down, would tell them what position I was in or if I was changing. So
Interesting.
So Gim, I saw your note. Yeah, the eclipse was amazing.
I'll bet it was. I mean, your pictures were wonderful. Any way you could show more of them to us?
Yeah, let me get them up. It was just amazing. It was my two boys had gone to Nebraska the last time, I think 2017, to watch it. So they were going to go to Texas, but then the one kid had to work. So then we were going to St. Louis just because I'm from St. Louis and it was part of the, it was next to the zone of totality. And Emily has a cousin that lives in Nashville, Illinois. So Nick decided to come with us to meet us there. So then we were in Nashville, and originally he wanted to go to Carbondale, but it seemed like everybody was going towards Carbondale. And so we stayed where we were, because the difference between Carbondale and where we were, Carbondale, you got 4 minutes of the total moon over, and we got 3 minutes. So that wasn't that much different. It wasn't worth getting on the road and doing all that driving. Let me find some of these real quick.
Did you have a lot of problems with traffic?
It was well, we went there a day early because we stayed at the people's house.
Okay. Because my son-in-law, my daughter and son-in-law went up to Montreal to watch it. And they said a 6-hour drive became a 14-hour drive.
Oh.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. Well, there were signs on the road: "Do not drive on Eclipse Day because you're gonna encounter traffic." Well, they did. So
Very-
figure
Welcome
out-
back, Barry.
Yeah,
Yeah, Barry, sorry about that.
What happened anyway?
Oh, that was so excited. Showed up, I turned off the whole meeting.
Oh, okay.
That was me totally.
So yesterday we got Chris Fenimore was in town here in New Orleans,
oh, nice.
and we got together for lunch. Billy and Danny and me and Kelly, Danny's Kelly and Dottie, and we had some Italian food. It was very nice.
Great,
But
great.
they were all Chris and Billy were under the assumption we weren't having the Zoom meeting today.
Oh,
Why was that?
Oh,
I don't know why that was, but they were under that assumption. I looked at your email you sent out, Tom.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that music is either.
Well, the email said we were having one, didn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Did?
Yeah,
mhm.
Oh, okay. I-
What could
you
that
haven't
be?
gone upstairs, do you?
what do you guys think of this?
Kind of fuzzy.
I think you ought to stand a little closer to the razor.
I can't grow it up here, so.
Anyway, Kim was asking about my stuff from the eclipse. This is the little boy who lived where we were, and then this is my son getting ready with. He put the 400 millimeter with the extender, so it was an 800 millimeter lens. That's my camera. And he had it mounted on a telescope tracking site. So that was him hitting the thing to take the pictures as he was moving it.
Uh-huh.
That was just a sun shield on his head. But
Those were some nice pictures. Thank you.
and then
Does that sun shield protect from the damage of looking at the sun, or is it just?
no,
simply-
it helps when the sun's hitting him.
Okay,
It helped. It was like like heavy duty sunglasses.
that's what I figured.
Okay, can't figure out. Okay, where am I? Okay, let's get rid of that one. Did that one go away already? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk for a second while I get the other one. Oh, here they
Sure.
are. Okay, this was one of the images of of when the moon was coming in,
Okay,
the sun. And then get rid of that one.
was it really that orange color, huh? That's surprising. Yeah, that's the thing.
Then let me see. I'm just about to get. Okay, that was the total eclipse.
Mhm.
Sure was. Isn't that amazing?
And that
Right.
lasted like 3 minutes.
It's really incredible. Without that, you can never see the corona. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
you all doing?
Too early to tell.
Watching the eclipse. Compliments of Tom.
Okay, and then I'm getting to the really cool one.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Come on, get up here. Okay, this is the wedding ring. Where are you?
You take those pictures, Tom?
Yep,
Where at?
we were in Nashville, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
I see that's the wedding ring when the sun's breaking away, and that's
That's cool.
Interesting, I see.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that terminology.
No, me neither.
and I got one more to show you. If I can get to it. This was everybody sitting, everybody watching.
All right.
See, if you look over to the left, that's where the camera was, and in the middle was the second camera.
Huh.
And then this is Emily's cousin with the hat on. And here's Emily in the middle with the black shirt. And he lives on a lake in just a nice part of Illinois, southern Illinois.
The weather was that nice, huh? My God.
Weather was that nice. It was totally rainy the day before. You know, when we
Oh,
were there the entire way, and it rained the day after. But that day it was totally clear.
Excellent.
What part of southern Illinois is that, Tom? East, west, middle?
Well, it's about an hour out of St. Louis.
It's an hour out of St. Louis. It's between St. Louis and Carbondale, Illinois.
Okay.
It's just a nice area.
Yeah, it looks it.
Actually, her cousin was the baseball and the track coach at the local high school. And there's a famous San Francisco Giants pitcher, Kurt Reeder, who he taught, and Kurt liked him so much he helped him buy this house.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Kurt has this huge house right pretty close to him.
All kinds of windows,
Kind of what?
a lot of windows.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's all I got.
Yeah, they were nice.
pretty
good,
nice.
good. Thank you, Tom.
No problem.
Yeah, we had that 92% here. We never got totality, but you know, and it got to the point where you could see the little corona coming out the other side, but that's as much as we got. It got gray. It didn't get dark, but it got gray.
We were supposed to get about 65% here. 7 years ago, we had totality, and I watched that then. That was pretty cool. I didn't even bother with it this year because it was just partial.
Well, it was so neat when, that lake had a lot of birds, and it was very noisy in the morning when we were getting set up. And then it got a little quieter when the sun started getting covered up. And boy, when it hit totality, you could hear a pin drop.
Oh, yeah.
There was nothing making any noise.
Birds were confused.
Funny.
Just the birds were confused.
Well, all the wonks on the news said that would happen, and I guess it did.
Yeah, but it's even though you know it's going to happen, it's still so shocking when it does.
Oh yeah.
And I just kept thinking, what happened in 500 BC when some farmer's out in the fields getting ready and it
Yeah.
comes over? And it's like, wow.
Hey, Barry, have you heard from Chris Fenimore? I think he's in New Orleans.
Yeah, I had lunch with him yesterday.
Oh, cool. It's his birthday today.
Right.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice lunch, Italian food, of course,
Cool.
Yeah.
What did he think of the Italian food in New Orleans?
Huh?
What did he think of the Italian food in New Orleans?
I thought it was good. We went to a real nice restaurant called Rizzuto's. And
Which one? Which?
Rizzuto's, the old Tony Angelo's.
Okay.
It was really nice. We had a nice time, even though it flooded here in New Orleans yesterday.
Ooh,
It flooded the rain. We had 8 inches of rain.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard that on the radio.
yeah, I read that there have been some tornadoes down there. Anything come your way?
Correct? Yep. That's
I wrote
correct.
I wrote to Billy because it was supposed to hit up in Slidell and stuff, and I didn't know if it was going to hit Covington, where Billy lives.
It hit Slidell, a tornado. But
Yeah.
New Orleans metro area had flooding all over. I got caught in it. Coming home from lunch, we got caught in it. We didn't get stranded, thank goodness, but it was tough riding for a while.
Hmm.
But those guys were under the impression that we weren't having a Zoom meeting today.
Well, I probably because I sent it out Wednesday morning because I was traveling Tuesday.
That might be.
well, that was pretty
I
clear a
wouldn't
couple of
be
weeks ago.
here
You weren't gonna
today.
do it last week, but you would do it this week, so.
Right. So I looked at my email that you sent and it said for today. I said, well, shit, let me go on and see. Yeah.
Yeah, my notification was today. Said we were having one today.
Sure.
Yeah, I got it from you yesterday, Tom, but you had said 2 weeks ago that it would go on today again, not last week, so.
Yeah. Last week was I was traveling, so I couldn't. Billy was trying to travel too since his father-in-law died, and it's like the first time they got out of the house in a long time.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, they had taken care of, that was Bonnie's father, and she's an only child, so they're kind of stuck there with him for like the last 3 years,
Right.
even though they were glad to be with him, but still, Billy stopped working, I think, because of all kinds of stuff.
Well, we will all reach that point at some time, and we'll be very grateful to have somebody, a child who's willing to take care of us.
Yeah. Yeah, we were trying to do our will, and we've got 2 sons, and we were talking about, well, we'll let the oldest one take care of the money, and the youngest one can decide, like when to unplug us. We started talking about it, and we thought, no, Nick might unplug us real quick, so. It's funny. I don't know what you do with all those.
Do what I'm gonna do, Tom, when the time comes, just go find a veterinarian and have him put me to sleep like other worn out old dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I watch, because we got an old dog, and I know that at some point we're gonna have to put her to sleep, and I'm watching Emily to see how quick she does it, because I figure, well, if she likes the dog better than me. If she puts the dog to sleep real quick, but do what you can.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Did Mike come on? I thought I saw Mike, and then
Who?
I don't know. I heard Mike, so I was
Which
thinking,
Mike?
well, I don't know.
Well, I'm on. This is
I
Mike
know
Johnson.
you were
I'm
on, but
on.
you were on all the time. Maybe that was it. Okay.
I was trying to get on and it wasn't working, so I got off and came back on and then made it work this time. So can you
Okay.
see me up there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Look
No
great.
Can you hear
problem.
me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so everything's cool.
Yeah. You're looking good, Mike.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
we're washed up, worn out, a double-minded old washboard player. I'm okay.
Oh yeah. You had sent me that thing also about Pete's
Pete's son, yeah.
Was there anything I should show in there?
Well, if I did a GoFundMe contribution yesterday or the day before. I'll probably do some more, but it's the first time I've ever done GoFundMe, and I prefer. There's always something that goes to the GoFundMe operation, of course, but I prefer it to go to his wife Claudia and the boys. But if you wanted to share that picture in the GoFundMe thing with everybody on your email for the mustache, and if anybody wants to make a contribution to help the family, that would be great. I don't know what kind of their financial shape they're in.
So
I just found out this about it, well,
is there a
about 3, 4
GoFundMe
weeks ago, and it happened in December, so I don't know a whole lot of details or anything, but this picture you're seeing is a number of years old. Both those boys are in their teens now, but Aaron was a really, really cool guy and nice guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he was at Carnegie Hall. He was at Clearwater and up at Neil DeFeo's house in Sarasota.
what did he die of so young?
I don't have any details. It's been hard to get any information.
Huh.
I was blown away by it and still am, because we were pretty close, and I hadn't heard from him since probably Thanksgiving. He was going to get in touch with me, and I hadn't heard from him. So I looked at his Facebook page one day about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and his Facebook page is under Ronald Cox, COX, for some reason. I don't know why, but I looked at that and found out that he had passed away and that there was a GoFundMe page. And it took me a while to get in touch with anybody from his family, and I'd like to talk to Claudia, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get hold of her yet. So we'll see what happens.
Hmm.
I remember you were very close to Peter.
To Peter and Darren.
Oh,
Peter, I always enjoyed y'all together because y'all had like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the Bickersons or
Yes.
something like that, you know? We got along great for the most part, but boy, there was some arguments and fights on things and stuff from time to time, like anybody, but what the hell, it was I miss Peter, I miss Aaron, and so many other people that are, you know, from those days with the music and everything that are gone.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Hey, you know what? Here in New Orleans, French Quarter Fest starts today.
I'm
wow.
sorry I never made it down to that. I was at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival in '79. Really enjoyed that, and I always wanted to get the French Quarter Festival, but
French
But
Quarter
never
Festival
did
is
make it.
way better than Jazz Fest.
that's
way,
what I've heard.
way better. I mean, I'll bring my wife and them down there tomorrow. I'm not, you know, it's not my thing anymore, you know, but just too much walking.
Well, and that's my problem. I can't walk across the street anymore, but 79 was incredible. I was there for probably 2 weeks. I think it happened over 3 weekends, and I was there for all 3 of them, and out at the fairgrounds and on the river boats and in hotels, and got to hear in a hotel one night UB Blake and Father Hines and the cast of One More Time, the musical. And on the Mississippi Queen one night, we heard Ola Tunji and Sun Ra and Dizzy Gillespie. So it was a pretty great 2 weeks.
Yeah, I caught Dizzy Gillespie down there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a whole lot of other really broad variety of people out at the fairgrounds, man. From Will Soda doing his thing with a snake dancer named Alexis and another guy. And, you know, you remember Will, don't you?
Yeah.
With the mustache.
But the
Very-
French Quarter Fest has the most jazz musicians of any festival. I mean, if you're looking for trad jazz, that's the place to go.
Yeah, well, the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival was everything. It wasn't all that much jazz. There was some jazz, but it was just everything imaginable, from rock and roll to gospel to Bobby Blue Bland and all kinds of different people. It was
Right, that was-
fascinating.
That was Jazz Fest, but French Quarter Fest at the beginning was really trad jazz.
Yeah,
Isn't it still? I mean, has it really changed? That,
They have they have sections.
oh,
If you go over by the river, that's more contemporary. You stick in Jackson Square, well, that's trad jazz, you know? And plus, there's a lot of trad jazz musicians from Europe that come in every year.
sure.
Well, how do they
They
find?
play it's not associated with the Jazz Fest, it's just at the same time. All the bars like Fritzel's, where I work,
Mhm.
I mean, there's music round the clock of European musicians, kind of like them coming to Mecca.
Yeah,
And they come in, so you got, 100 jazz bands at any one given time, all playing trad jazz at different spots throughout the French Quarter.
Do you guys know who Jamie Ogg is?
Jamie, oh,
He's
Yeah.
a drummer from Toronto. He was with the Climax Jazz Band for many years until a couple of the guys passed away. And now he's got a band called the Jazz Gangsters, and he's in New Orleans right now. And he put some video clips up on Facebook yesterday from Fritzels. And I think one of them, I think, you know who Gun Hill Carling is?
yeah, she's
Yeah.
down here right now.
Yeah, she's down. She was at
Playing on the
Fritzels last
night
night.
that I played.
Yeah, at Fritzels last night.
Wednesday night, that was the night I had for many years. She
Yeah,
was down there last night.
She's pretty wild. If you don't know who she is or have never experienced her, she's from Sweden. She's just plays all kinds of different instruments and sometimes 2 or 3 at a time and just dancing and going crazy.
I worked with her at Fritzels a couple of years ago. She was down there.
Another crazy Swede
Yeah.
like me.
Well, she's good looking,
Yeah,
plays
very
the
talented.
trumpet and trombone, which is kind of irregular, So yeah, she brings them in.
Yeah, tons of energy.
Yeah, I keep getting notes from E. Floyd about that he's there playing, and he had a picture of Gunhild with one of the evenings he was there.
Chris went and saw Lee. Lee was working with Danny Rubio the night before last, and Chris Fenimore went down and caught Lee. He
Good.
said, "I never heard him play. He's amazing, and he is amazing."
Oh, yeah, he's very, very good. Yeah, he's very good. Just don't discuss politics with him.
Yeah, no kidding. He did a few sets with us at the Sacramento Jazz Festival a bunch of years ago. He was always fun to be on stage with, but you're right, Kim.
Yeah, that's what I met him. I met him out in Sacramento when we
Yeah.
were playing. Yeah, we had a nice visit. Swapped a few lies and all that stuff.
Sacramento was a hell of a place for many, many years. It's a shame it's gone. Like many other festivals are gone too.
Well, it's time we've outlived the audience.
Yeah. And the people that put the festivals on that were so great, and the musicians that made it so great. So
Oh,
everybody's gone.
But I will tell you that. I mean, I was playing down there at Fritzels last year, and it was the young people that would come in that liked our music the best.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
They never heard it before. It was new to them. I said, "This is freaking awesome," and all that. They were the ones that got into the most. The young. When I'm saying young, I'm talking about people in their 30s.
Yep.
I noticed that in a place in Denver that did Sunday night jazz for 50 years called the Bull and Bush. Snake knows it. And we played there on and off. We played there Sunday nights I started there in 75 and all kinds of Dixieland bands and people like Bill Allred and people from all over the country. But when COVID hit, it stopped it. And then the two guys that own it now, the sons of one of the originators, they don't want to do anything with it. And it's just sad that almost 50 years of good Sunday night. But the thing is, Barry, you're right. There were so many younger people coming in there on Sunday nights and just enjoying the music and going, "What the heck is this stuff?" It's a
Well, are
shame
you
it didn't continue.
familiar with the what's their name? I had it. I've just forgotten it already. When you get old, the mind is gone. Tuba Skinny. Are you familiar with Tuba Skinny?
Yeah.
Those kids can't be more than 35. They're all kids.
Uh-huh.
And they play stuff that's so old that I don't remember them.
They all used to come into Fritzels all the time. Sitting.
Well,
They play a lot.
oh yeah, they actually toured. Richfield here, where I live, has a concert series in the park in the summertime. And they had them here once already. So they do a tour, which is kind of neat. I know they've been to France because Gary Kaiser told us about it. But
Well, they've been all over and they're really expensive. A friend of mine's a music director for the Evergreen Jazz Festival here, and he tried to get him in, but their price was ridiculous, and it's a small festival and they couldn't afford it.
Well, this can happen. This can happen.
I mean, that's the way it is. You know, you got the product, you charge it. Yeah, there's Ira.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
It's
Hey,
interesting.
nice
Nice pictures, Tom.
The cornet player in that band is
Nice
Shay
pictures.
Shay
Oh,
Cohen,
thanks,
Hey,
Ira.
Tom.
and she's Al Cohen's granddaughter.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Used
Gary,
to
do
go
you know a young lady guitar player named Molly Reeves? Have you ever run across her in New Orleans?
Molly Rays, no.
She's originally from San Luis Obispo, and her mother's a bass player, washboard player, a good friend of mine. But Molly's she's been with a number of bands down there. She moved down there 12 years ago and made a big name for herself and playing with a lot of different bands. And she's very, very good. I remember her in Sacramento when she's in, high school, and part of the Sacramento Trad Jazz Camp people. And she's done well for herself. If you ever get a chance to catch her, you might do it. She's very good. And she's always good with good bands. I forget the names of the bands she's been with since she's been down there and before that, but very good.
Well, there's over on what they call Frenchman Street. It's a entertainment area. It's kind of adjacent to the French Quarter. And a lot of those young kids, that's where they're coming up in all those little clubs. And they're great players. And they take the trad stuff like Tuba Skinny. They're going back to the original stuff and working. They're very good.
You ever run into Washboard Chaz down there, Barry?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah,
He's
I know.
from,
I've
he
worked with-
used to live in Boulder. He used to come into the Bull and Bush here on Sunday and sit in with us
Yeah, I worked with them.
long time ago.
They're in their 30s, and which is young to me. You know,
Yeah, he's older than that now, but good player.
They got a guy down there. His name is Colin Myers. He used to come sit in with us. Now he's one of the stars down there. Fine trombonist. He would have been freaking great at the mustache. He would have been great. He was just born too late, but he's doing his thing now.
Well, it's a good thing that he keeps the music going.
Mm-hmm. Is that Ira down there? Hey, Ira.
I'm here.
It's Ira Decker time.
pictures, Tom, are
Ira Decker
amazing.
time.
They're really
Thanks, Ira.
good.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Did you see it live? I mean, you were there, obviously.
Oh, yeah. And we were really
Wow.
lucky that the sky was clear because it was supposed to be.
Yeah. That's what they were talking about on the news, that the sky was clear all the way in the path.
Yeah. So in Texas, where a lot of people were supposed to go, it was supposed to be clear. It wasn't. And it rained the whole time we were driving up to Illinois, but that day it was totally clear. We were lucky.
My niece lives in Florida, in Port St. Lucie. She flew into Arkansas to watch it.
And
I should have told her to stop in and see Gentry.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Gentry's coming here to my house Monday to spend 3 or 4 days.
Good.
Oh, is Chris there? Is Chris there now?
Chris is here now. We had lunch with him yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think today's his birthday or yesterday or something.
It is. Today's his birthday.
Yeah,
And,
today's his birthday.
he sprung for lunch. We didn't want him to. He said that's his birthday gift to himself. Buy-
That's a good one, Bar.
So that was nice. And
So who went out? You and Chris, who else? Did Danny go?
Danny and Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
his current girlfriend, and me and Dottie,
Nice.
and Billy Blank was there. It was very nice. We had a nice time, even though it was storming. You see
Was
people.
there a tornado by you, Mike? Was there something going on by you?
There was a tornado in Slidell, which is a suburb of New Orleans.
Oh, but I thought there was one by Mike Johnson too. Something.
Oh, no. Ira, no tornadoes anywhere close to us here. And we're supposed to hit 80 degrees Sunday for the first time this season.
Nice.
It'll be nice. Weather's been great. A little chilly a couple of days, but warming up every day. Very little snow the last couple of weeks.
And New
It's-
Jersey had an earthquake.
Yeah, we did. It was fun. It was
Did you feel it,
interesting.
Kim?
Yeah, we all the way up here. Yeah, it covered. The house shook for maybe 10, 15 seconds, and it was it's scary because we that stuff
Yeah.
doesn't happen up here.
Wow.
Head rock.
You know, I was talking with Chris yesterday. He's got this thing on YouTube or on his Facebook page of him playing a whole set at the Straw Hat in New
Oh
Jersey
yeah,
when he was
Oh, the
young.
old straw hat. Yeah.
When he was young, and I watched that thing a few times, and we were talking about how he and I never worked together. Chris and I never worked together at the Mustache. We both products of the Mustache, but I watched his whole set, and watching a whole set and work a room.
Hmm.
His tune calling, his medleys, his shtick, and all that. I'm talking about years ago when he filmed it was just like mine years ago, and we never worked together. And I imagine Gim would be the same.
It
The
was funny.
mindset of a Mustache band leader.
that's
Yeah.
it.
The mindset, and you'd say, "Well, what mind?" You know, They must- but there was a method to the madness. It's amazing. I never worked with Chris, but that's me up there. I watched him and I said, "Well, shit, that's the same stick, the same everything." You know,
We used to swap jokes and swap lines and all that. And use medleys. The medleys were pretty standard. Yeah,
The old straw hat, New Jersey. You're going back a long time.
I worked there a long time. I worked there a lot when I when
Where
we
was
lived-
that, Kim?
Route
Where
22
was that?
Route 22, the home of the home of the gas price war. It was
Where,
one
by
of them.
Greenbrook? Probably
Um,
by Greenbrook on 22.
I couldn't place the town it was in. What the
Yeah.
hell town? But I remember it because you take exit 140 on the Garden State, you go about 10 miles west and you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably about Greenbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where it was, Greenbrook, the old straw hat.
one of
That's
the
been gone for 50 years, right, or more.
At least, yeah.
the biggest difference watching that video and thinking about what we used to do at the Mustache was he used in that band drums instead of a washboard, a set of drums, and a trumpet instead of a trombone.
Really?
And that was different. And I remember having a discussion with Joel years ago. Said, "How'd you come up with using a trombone?" The horn. Joel said it more likely imitates the human voice.
Yeah,
People listen to a trumpet or a clarinet or a saxophone, but a trombone, they'll sing along with it because it's the same timbre or the same.
That's interesting.
register.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
I asked the same question of Joel years ago, and he
You
gave me
got this-
almost the same answer. He said it's the
Right.
same vocal. The human vocal range is about the range of the trombone.
And then
In Wildwood, Barry, you had a drums and a washboard.
yeah, how about that? Well, we
Oh,
were
Yeah, Big Tom, right?
they had Tom for drums, and that's what they were used to, a drummer there. But Joe, we used Terra, not for his
Right.
washboard playing, for his personality, you know.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep. Those were good days back then.
I wish everybody on this screen, besides me and Ira, could have seen that red garter in Wildwood. That was like the
Yep.
Mustache notched up a couple of levels.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, it
Like
said
the mustache on
700
steroids.
it said 700 people, was packed every night
Wow.
Even during the week.
with a line outside the door,
Yep.
down the block. You know, it was
Yeah.
amazing. 2 bands, continuous music.
With Mike Gallo.
Mike Gallo, yeah. We had the last of the Red Hot Mamas do a 20-minute segment an hour. And
Yeah.
then the Al Jolson singer come up and do 20-minute segment, and the people went crazy.
And Steve Lawler, right? Steve Milky
That,
Lawler.
that was in the daytime.
Oh, he was only daytime?
Yeah, he was daytime.
Oh, okay.
Well, Roger must be trying to get on, but he just sent a bunch of pictures.
Let's see what he's got.
I'll put some of those up.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
isn't that
Oh,
neat?
my
Wow.
God.
Is that when they got married?
Oh, David, that was a good one, David.
Great picture, though.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
That is
Holy
good
moly.
pick.
Hmm,
Nice tie, Fred.
yeah.
All right, let's see what else.
What else he got there?
I don't even know what this is, but
That's California, huh?
Laguna Beach.
all act like crazy. Deaths at time, but you are simply the greatest. Don't ever stop having fun and being so friendly. I'll never forget your father's mustache and those who work there. Best to all of you. Dickie Coffin, Laguna Beach, California.
Oh.
1968. So, and I don't know,
56 years ago.
I don't know who these, if these, it looks like these people are on the stage or on the bar, because here's the,
But Laguna Beach, that's the mustache they're in.
is it,
Well,
was,
I
she-
see the mug. I see the mugs hanging up.
yeah. But
The
they're,
mustache is not in Laguna Beach. The guy.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah,
So
the
where
lady-
was that taken?
I don't know. And it,
Unless those aren't mustache mugs, it's just another place that has just mugs hanging on the wall.
No, it looks like the guys from Laguna Beach and had visited a mustache somewhere with those mustache cups hanging up there. That's what it looks like to me.
That's what I
anyway.
think.
yeah. And there's Coca-Cola back here on the, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, Coca-Cola. I don't think they're mustache mugs. They look like German Steins.
Yeah, you could be right.
A lot skinny, look skinnier. I don't recognize anybody, but
No.
oh well. Let's go to the next one.
Here comes Roger.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Roger.
Howdy,
Hey,
Roger.
Roger.
Hey, Raj.
I'm a
Yeah,
little
you're too
late.
late. You're too late, Roger. We already took attendance.
You know, what's
I'm a little-
interesting, you can still find those mugs on eBay and other things. You Google mustache, your father's mustache mugs, and there's people still have them out there and they're selling them for 20 or 30 bucks.
Really?
This was one of the
Yeah,
original ones.
This one has no address on it.
I've
Yeah.
got one that has no address on it.
But, and
Really?
it's skinnier too. It
I've got a
doesn't,
couple from Denver, one from New York, and I think one or two from New Orleans and one with nothing on it.
I got about half a dozen of those too.
And look at the handles on the two of them. The one with no address
Yeah.
on it is quite different. from
Yeah,
the
it's
one
a
That
different
small
handle.
mug was, that small mug was printed first. Then we switched over to a Mexican provider. Then we went up to Ohio, I think, Neil McCoy.
Yeah, it's funny. He doesn't have the registered symbol on it at the end of mustache, that R in the circle.
I know. Well, we started figuring some things out, you see.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the pictures of the guys are a little bit different, but all in all,
Right.
it's basically your father's mustache and different
Right.
size, different things, what the heck, things change over time.
No, we made the small ones. So.
let me go back.
I forgot what time it was on the East Coast.
Hey, Roger.
Well, we don't change times in Arizona, so I'm on space time.
Yeah, I went back to this one since you're here now, Roger. This is
Yeah.
a great picture.
Great
I-
picture.
That's a great picture of Fred and I.
Yeah.
Look how young and handsome we were.
Especially-
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, let me get to the fourth one. Is
That
this
was a nice promo we did.
There's Harry Black on the
Very
top
black
left.
in the upper left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was in our sing-along book we had out.
Yeah,
Looks
Yeah.
like Buzzy all the way to the right.
that is
Yep.
Buzzy. And that's
Yep.
Joe Terra next to him.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that underneath Buzzy? Is that Christine to
Could
the
be.
right?
On the right, yes, it is.
That looks
yeah.
like her.
Bob Adams just to the right of your father's mustache sign.
Yeah, and then next to him, is that
Yeah.
Neil DeFeo?
I
I
guess
think-
so.
Look, could be.
It is Neil DeFeo, I believe. Next to Bob Adams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then Christine on the right.
Yeah,
yep.
who are
Hmm.
these people in the top middle?
Probably customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
that's
recognize
Kathy
any of them.
Good.
Looks
That's
like
Kathy
customers.
Goodley.
Is
That's
that,
Kathy Goodley standing in the back.
is that Tim Shea on the bottom right?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
It could be. Wow.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah. That I don't remember seeing. Stan Levine.
Classic afternoon jam session in New York.
I don't remember an admission of 35 cents.
Well, yeah, what the hell? Everybody had a quarter and a dime then.
Yeah,
That was just put on there. We didn't,
Yeah.
not like we really concerned where they had 35 cents. If they didn't have 35 cents, it didn't need to come in.
the Sunday afternoon jazz things were really cool at the New York
Those were
Club.
fun.
Yeah. I didn't realize it went till 9 o'clock.
Sort of. Sort of 9. We started at 9.
Hey, let's see what else.
That's Fred.
Yeah, that's entirely better than the hotel.
That's Fred, and that lady worked at the hotel, I believe.
Was this the
2011 Carnegie Hall.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's Carnegie.
that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's in the lobby.
Yeah, that's Carnegie.
Lobby at the Holiday Inn.
great time? All right, now let me go to the next set. Oh, this is a movie. Let's see if this works.
The hell's that?
This is the Joe Terra soap opera thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
You have a minute?
You don't bother to knock anymore?
I'm sorry, it's important, all right?
He'll walk in a minute.
Have a man outside.
Oh, yeah. I remember. We saw this.
He may be
Yeah.
able to identify you.
It sounds strange here to pick me out of a lineup?
It's not that. Don't you understand? I'm trying to prove your innocence, not your guilt. Oh, don't you know how much I care about you?
Suppose he doesn't recognize me.
I don't know about that. I haven't thought that far. Please just see him.
Call him in. What have I got to lose?
Ta-da!
The Hitman.
You might have seen your Sure?
I'm sure. Wrote
Those
them
two were professional actors, weren't they?
Yeah,
They should look familiar. From a
I
soap
don't know who
opera.
that lady.
She looks familiar from a soap opera. But I can't think of her name or the guy's name.
Well, somebody said Joe Terra went to acting school.
He did.
Dennis Quaid, Breakwood.
Okay, stop share.
Hmm.
And that.
Oh,
I think Tara was acting every time he got on his box board.
Exactly.
That's
And when
what
he took it off, he was still active.
someone like somebody else we know. Jim, you hear anything about how Joel's doing these days?
no, I sent Emily a note recently and I haven't heard back, so, but I haven't, I don't have any news on it.
Okay.
Point Pleasant.
That's right.
Oh.
Point Pleasant. I forgot I got together with a couple other guys in the New York club. We were in a house down there at Point Pleasant. So we could go down whenever we wanted and hang out.
You mentioned Jonas, you haven't.
A picture of draft beer, a straw hat, arm garters, and even a phony mustache.
Arnie Kaltnick, I'll be darned. Look at that.
The second paragraph is good. And if the damsels sit singing Bo and Dida across the table, this is the type you take home to mother. At least tell mom about the place itself. It's your father's mustache. Huh.
Well, I gotta go, guys, because it's time for me to start cooking dinner.
Drinking dinner.
Okay, Jim.
Jim,
Next
Hey,
good
week.
to see you.
Have a good one, Jim. See you all next week.
Bye.
Next
Enjoy
time,
dinner.
next time.
Okay, yeah.
Again, bye.
Mardi Gras.
I
That's
love
Mardi
that
Gras.
picture.
It's Mardi Gras.
Once again,
Goodbye.
Tom, thank you very much for doing all of this for so many years.
Emily was great to start it today, so I had to work. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Let's go to,
You all have a good time. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay well. Stay healthy.
okay, Mike, see you next
You
week.
too,
Take
Mike.
care, Mike.
Take care, y'all.
Enjoy the 80-degree weather.
Oh, you damn well bet I'm going to.
Was that
This is a dream
what your
room.
father's mustache was before?
Oh, okay, that's the interior, wow.
In the dream room.
It doesn't look that old.
No, well, that was what came after that.
That's what I mean, it doesn't look that old compared to the fact
Oh.
that that was
Yeah.
60s. I guess the orange looks old, but
I assume that's the same bar area that we had.
I would think so, Roger.
It looks like 60s.
Yeah. They had a lot of clubs didn't have the band behind the bar and the dancers.
Mm-hmm.
it's good because I never saw the interior before.
Yeah. I want to get in. Do they have that time machine working? We can get inside the time machine and go somewhere else.
Great, I would love it. I'd love to go back to 1972.
Geez.
All right, guys, gotta go.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
All right, Barry.
See
Take
y'all
care.
next week.
See you next
Yeah,
week.
I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to
we're on
show
for
up on
next week.
time.
Okay, Roger, I'll
Okay.
have we'll look at the next one
Well,
next.
that's cool.
Around. Yeah, I ended up in Nashville. I didn't get to Carbondale.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, see where you ended up at.
Well, everybody was
You
going.
got some great shots there, though.
Yeah, it worked out great because it
Yeah.
was a clear day. It was raining
No, that's
all
perfect.
the day before, but that day was just crystal clear. Everybody was going to Carbondale. I mean, people were on the roads for hours. So the
Golly,
difference between Carbondale and where we were was Carbondale had 4 minutes of totality and we had 3.
yeah. Well, I used to go to school on the other side of the river in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, at Southeast Missouri State.
Where
That's
else?
only about-
That's where Kent went.
Yeah. And it was a beautiful area down there. And you know, like Barry Kaiser lives in Carbondale also.
Yeah, you had said that before.
Yeah, he moved back up there. He has a place in New Orleans, he and his wife, and they have a place up there. And Will Soto moved up there also. They were sending me letters trying to get me to move over there.
You'd have probably
Houses are so cheap there, it's unbelievable.
they're cheap.
Yeah.
And Roger, are you in Phoenix proper?
I'm sorry.
Are you in Phoenix proper?
Yeah, I'm in, you know where Scottsdale is?
Yeah.
I'm right next to Scottsdale and Phoenix. I travel out of the Phoenix airport.
What's your
Sky Harbor, it's called.
what's your suburb name?
What's my what?
Your suburb.
What's the name of your suburb?
Gilbert. I live in Gilbert.
Oh, Gilbert. I've heard of Gilbert, Arizona.
Yeah, it's a strange, it's a nice community. They have all these little waterways and strips that look like bayous and the little lakes everywhere.
Well, I've
And,
been,
I never knew, I had traveled through Arizona years ago, but I never had stopped or anything. Stopped at the Grand Canyon, but that was about it. So I didn't know much about this area. And my wife was offered a job down here. She didn't tell me she'd sent the application in. And we were down here looking around just on vacation. And they called her. And I said, who are those people? Oh, I sent my application in the hospital down at Scottsdale. I said, oh, that's cool. When we get back home, they call her, fly her back down here and offer her a job. So we tried out a while. It gets pretty damn hot though. Except there's no humidity, so that makes it easier.
Yeah, I tried to talk Emily into Phoenix once and she says, it's 120 degrees. And I said, yeah, but it's dry heat. She goes,
It's still 120 degrees.
Oh, it's really different. Like it's 90 something out now. It's very comfortable. It's not like in New Orleans where you walk out of your shower and outside you start sweating. You know, it only gets real unbearable when it gets over at 110. But everybody has pools and everything, and we have a nice pool. So
no, it sounds good.
hang out in the pool. And some things are cheaper here and some things aren't. Real estate's cheaper here and state taxes are cheaper. Just depends on where you end up at and where you go. A lot of the bars have raised their prices because of the COVID, but they're keeping them up there and they keep raising them.
Yeah.
They're trying to, but now you go into some of these bars that aren't nearly as crowded. Of course, new people come in town and opened up more places, so creates more competition. Maybe they get their prices back down to being reasonable.
Okay, well, I gotta hit the road because I got to go pick somebody up at
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run too, guys. So
Okay.
we're on for
Thank
next
you,
week.
Tom.
All right.
Snake, Roger,
Thank you.
Ira,
Ira.
take
See
care.
everybody next
So
week.
All right, see you next.
What time? It's 6 o'clock where you are, Tom?
It's 6 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Start at 5.
Because it's 3 o'clock here. Okay.
All right, Snake. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Okay, have a good week. See y'all later. Bye-bye.